Welcome back, everybody. We're with Tommy once again, and now he's going to show us what he knows and show us some exercising. So what are we doing, Tommy?
I wanted to talk about squats.
Okay.
Right now, if you look at Instagram and Facebook, people are posting on it.
It's all about the gains.
Exactly. It's all about the gains, and fitness is really popular, especially on Instagram, and people talk about squats, and they're oftenly misdone. And I want to talk about some of the aspects, even before you pick up the weight, you want to have good posture.
Okay.
And really, squats can be an exercise to help correct your posture, too.
And bodyweight squats are still very beneficial, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So if, for example, if you're someone who, if that's what challenges you, that's Drake. If that's what challenges you, then that's appropriate for you. And if you're, I mean, if you want to let him go, he'll come in.
Do we bring him on?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Goofy.
This is Drake.
So if
we're gonna do some squats with the pup.
We'll do some squats. So anyway, if that's appropriate for you, then that works, and you can always increase the repetitions. It's all about an exercise. If you have a goal of getting better and you need to make progress. You need to challenge yourself to do more. But if you reach where you want to be and you just want to maintain, well, then you can do what you're doing and not increase what you're doing. So,
but there's also a ton of different variations of squats, too.
There's lots of different variations. So, of course, the bodyweight squat, you want to treat it just like any other squat.
So what are our basic steps?
So many people will start out with their heels right under their hips. Me, personally, I teach to have the heels slightly in and the toes slightly out.
Okay. Like, so shoulder width apart? About
shoulder width apart. And then when you squat, you, of course, want to start out with your chest up, shoulders spread out wide. Like a soldier or action figure, I always tell people.
Or a Barbie doll.
Yeah, or a Barbie doll. There you go. And so when you do squat, you want to lead off with the hips. You make sure you hinge at the hips, hinge at the knees, stand tall, keep your posture up. And so when you squat, I always encourage a lot of my folks to have their knees go outwardly slightly.
Okay.
Instead of just going straight forward, it's better on your knees. It puts more weight on your hips than your knees. And when you end up squatting with weights, it can just be better.
Better overall?
Yeah, better overall, like ergonomically.
Is that better for your back, too? Because I know a lot of people complain about back pain.
It can be. And sometimes back pain is from just a weaker back. It's not ready to do the lift yet.
Okay.
And so it just needs more conditioning. And if sometimes it is an underlying issue, sometimes something else is wrong.
You might be figuring something out.
Exactly. So when you squat, stand tall, good posture, and lead down. And so having the knees go out a little bit.
It's a long way to go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
So
you got longer legs than me.
Yeah, that makes it harder, huh?
Well, I mean, I think that having your toes straight ahead and your heels back and then squatting here is actually more difficult. It requires more range of motion to get down there.
Oh, you are very flexible. Let's see.
I'm a little bit flexible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that right?
I think it looked right. It didn't look bad to me at all.
So we can get...
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
I got it, too.
Easy.
Easy.
There you go.
Squats. So how many would you normally do if you were just going to do bodyweight squats?
It just depends on the person.
What would you start out with?
What I start out with? Me personally?
Or a beginner?
A beginner, depending. There's so many depending things.
I haven't done a squat in like 5 years. How many should I do?
It's been 5 years, and you're not 63 years old, and you don't have any injuries. So I would say go ahead and do like 10 to 15.
Okay.
Get your joints warmed up, get your knees warmed up, and then we'll go from there.
And we'll go from there when we come back. He's going to show us some more stuff, so stay tuned.